very, very fun to be there. I always love when I'm on the second floor because there's a ginormous ramp I go down. It's like a half a mile long. Miss Sarah is one of my favorites, and I like to tell you about her. She is very, 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 very nice. If I could raise $1 million, I would spend it on curing brain cancer.
They had said it seems like it was just a virus and she should get better within a few days. By that night, her fevers had spiked to about 106.2 degrees. What did you have?
Leukemia.
I'm a pediatric oncology nurse and I've worked at Rady Children's Hospital. I've watched kids for 10 years go through all this, but then when it's your own baby. Kaylee needed chemotherapy and steroids as a part of her treatment. I don't think people actually know how much it is to treat a child with cancer who gets so many tests, so expensive drugs. Funds made to Children's Miracle Network go to the Child Life department at our hospital. What room do you go in and play with all the toys?
Game room.
The game room. Is it fun there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Larsen syndrome is a connective tissue disorder, so all of the joints of my body are dislocated. I have difficulties with my airways and my breathing, and I've had around 20 plus surgeries for me to, 1, live, 2, for me to have my independence. I always joke volunteering is my sport, and my wish was that Chris Pratt would help me with the projects that I do for Seattle Children's. He offered up the experience to go visit him on the set of Jurassic World 2 in Hawaii. All of the proceeds that came in for the raffle went to the orthopedics department. We ended up raising over $828,000. I have such an amazing support system around me. I've got my parents and my little brother and my aunts and my uncles and my cousins and my grandparents, and then I also have my family at the hospital. I've got those nurses and doctors that every time I go, I have to go say hi to them. Without them, I wouldn't be here, because they're the ones that are inspiring me to give back and give what I can to the hospital.
As a police officer, I'm in positions where I see the worst in people. Nobody ever sees a cop unless there's a problem, so, we're always walking into problems or issues, and so I've kind of become a little callous, if you will.
We never thought that we would ever be in the situation that we were in. It was an accident. It was something that we never thought it could happen.
I knew nothing about Children's Specialized Hospital. I never knew about any of the pediatric care. I, too, was like many other folks who thought that children were just scaled down versions of adults. And you realize that they're not. Hello?
Around 5:15, we had a phone call. There had been an accident and that they had called 911.
Got there and I saw a police car in front of the house.
We didn't know what to expect.
So I ran into the house and I looked, and there was
I couldn't walk in when I saw my daughter that way.
our friend laying on the floor holding Ariana. The little boy, a day or two, he was 9, his father had bought him a kid's compound bow. He was getting ready to get his hunting license. The little boy picked up the bow, grabbed one of his father's target arrows, and rather than going out in the backyard and having a clear line of sight to the target, he was shooting from the garage into the backyard.
So when she ran, she came right across and the arrow hit her right in between her eye and her nose.
Missing her brainstem by, I believe the doctor said it was 1/8 of an inch, but still severing that MCA and causing her to have a major stroke.
She pulled the arrow out herself, and then she just fell on the floor.
We got to the hospital, and we were told that she probably wouldn't make it through the night.
That was the beginning of our nightmare.
So an arrow hit you? Is that right?
Ariana hadn't read her last rites.
I got
hit by a bow and arrow. I couldn't speak, I couldn't talk, I cannot walk.
They put her in a medically induced coma initially for 2 weeks. We started to lose her.
So they had to let her be, and then slowly for another week until she was able to wake up.
And she was able to wake up.
Dr. White said to us after a week, okay, no more trach. She can breathe at home. And that was scary, but she did it.
The one hospital fixed her physically, but somebody had to take care of her and get her right mentally.
We tell everyone that we don't know what we would be or what we would do if we didn't have Children's Specialized Hospital by us. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and things are gonna be okay.
And then we met the folks from Children's Miracle Network, and it was like meeting angels.
I can walk, I can talk. Right now I can talk much.
She doesn't recognize there are things she can't do.
And even after doing therapy, we always wondered, is our little Ariana coming back? And she's definitely back.
It's a beautiful day. I wanna make it stay. Shine a little light, make today alright. Just wanna make it stay. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day.
Extra Life was born, it just occurred to me that gamers should be able to do the things they love to help sick and injured kids as well. And so the funds that Extra Lifers raise can go to a variety of purposes in the local area at the local hospital.
So maybe your extra $20 or your extra $50 goes to curing 87% of children with leukemia.
62 kids like me enter a children's hospital every minute.
And I was one of those kids. You could save their life too.
Play games, heal kids.
Since the day when I took her from the hospital, she never stopped crying. I had to sleep her on my arms every single night. Then when I put her on the crib, she started crying, so I had to hold it. I do the same thing every day, every night, for 40 days. So the pediatric came and she said, you know what? I asked her, what's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on, because she speaks Spanish, so I can ask her. And she says, something wrong with your baby, but don't worry. So she sent me to the children's hospital. They had to do x-rays on the bone. So when they do the x-rays, that's when the big mess stopped. The whole left side is broken. All the ribs broken. All the arm broken. When she showed me the x-rays and I saw the bone like that, she said, when you change the diapers and you pull in, they broke him. I feel so bad. I completely broke her leg every single day. Every single day.
The bone has something in it called collagen. Collagen is the rebar, which is what goes into cement to make it strong. The bone produces calcium, but it's just brittle. It just doesn't have a normal strength to it. A careful mom unbuckling them, taking them out of their car seat, getting them in and out of the bathtub. Routine daily activity will sometimes break their bones.
She always has to wear those braces.
The nature of her legs are not strong enough to support full-time activity. Kids with mild osteogenesis imperfecta who get, say, 15 fractures, we fix them all and they're pretty normal as adults. She's had so many broken bones and she has so much deformity accumulated over the years that no, she's never going to be a normal walker.
I was about 6 years old and we were going to church. Called my dad. I remember telling him, hey, Daddy, I can stand up now. And I was walking and I slipped in the water. I broke my leg and I was crying so bad that I wish that I had died when I was born.
When you're taking care of kids, what is critically important is that you remember and focus on their heart, because that requires just as much healing as any other part of their body.
Our services here with our specialists, our pediatric surgeons, orthopedic surgeons, they have made her life as successful as it is because they've been able to provide specialty operations and surgeries and such that have given her the ability to grow as normal as she can, to make her bones a little stronger on the inside.
Taking care of special kids like her that's our thing. The whole team here, from our therapists to our nurses to the people who check Milka in when she comes in the morning, that's why we're here.
If she didn't have Children's Hospital here, she would really, her family would probably have to move to Los Angeles or, Sacramento or the Bay Area just to get care.
When I saw in the water, it's the safety place she got.
I feel like I can walk because I stand on the water and I can stand and not fall.
I not worry about in the water. When she was in the water, Mommy, I'm here. Everybody says, it looks like a mermaid. I'm a mermaid.
It's an unfortunate disease that she has. However, I think that certainly has defined Milka in that it's made her a very, very strong girl.
She's just battled through everything and done everything anybody could ever ask of her.
For her and the things that Children's Miracle Network funds have been able to do to help her in her care, it's critical. It's made a huge difference in her life.
Polycystic kidney disease is a big one because you have cysts on the kidneys and it reduces kidney function exponentially. It's not a buzzword disease, not everyone knows about it, and so that could use money, but at the same time, I have lived my life as a transgender teen on the front lines of the LGBT community. I've been going to Cincinnati Children's since I was tiny, and I still go, and they helped me with my kidney disease. They helped me with other things that I had when I was a kid. They helped me with transition, which was a big one, and they've just been there every step of the way. I can't imagine a journey without Cincinnati Children's. Adults, they can access hormones on their own, but children, they need their parents' permission. They need a whole support system in order to get that going. And that's why I think it's really important that it's at a children's hospital.
Around the beginning of treatment, my child life specialist came in, and I was scared of swallowing pills because I thought they would get stuck in my throat. Explaining things well to me of what's gonna happen, that I'm gonna lose my hair. It fell out and then it came back curly. And now we call these my chemo curls. They would bring me the Nintendo thing, and I would play Mario Kart all the time. Even though I'm not gonna have cancer, I'm still gonna do the lemonade stands because it's fun doing them and it's for a really good cause. People know my story and come to it to help raise money for the Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation. That year we raised $45,000, which helps the families like mine in the hospital.
It's happening again. Extra Life, the 24-hour gaming marathon where gamers across the world raise money for our local Children's Miracle Network hospitals. It feels good to do something we love to help kids, but it feels great to get closer through the magic of game. We enter as friends and leave as real-world heroes for sick kids everywhere. Sign up online. Extra Life. Play games. Heal kids.
In sports, you always have the naysayers out there, or people that think that you can't win a race or you can't do something else. If you work hard and you're focused and you're disciplined and you have some ability and talent, you usually will be able to persevere and get to those goals and accomplish the things that you want to in sports.
I don't think anybody predicted, not even us being his parents, that he would have come this far in such a short amount of time. He's running at a national level in track and field. He's one of the best runners in the state. He's one of the top baseball players in the area, which that was one sport we didn't ever think he would play again. Sports was his dream, and we saw all of his dreams be taken away from him.
Well, the first thing I heard was that they were bringing a 10-year-old in who had been hit in the head with a golf ball.
I ran to the golf course and picked him up. As we started getting to the hospital, I sort of felt a little bit of panic. I got him out of the car, kind of rushed to the emergency room a little bit, and noticed that he was dragging his leg.
He was unable to move his right leg, right arm, and weakened the right side of his face. He also had a seizure, and I was amazed to see that there wasn't really any skull fracture at all, but an area about 1 inch to a ½ inch deep in the brain on the left side showed a small hemorrhage, maybe thumb-size hemorrhage.
It was just a horrible, helpless feeling because I couldn't do anything and I didn't know what was going on.
I was also very concerned that if you go in to remove a clot, you'll do more damage getting down to the clot.
And then I started to think, was my child gonna live? And when that started to set in, that was the scariest part.
In this case, it was better to let nature heal itself.
With the injuries that I saw initially, I would expect him to have significant motor handicaps and maybe some speech handicaps that preclude him from really playing any major sport activities.
Arden's a Canadian national champion in the pole vault. I played professional baseball. Arden's father played in the NHL. Her brother played on the Canadian national team for rugby.
He grew up seeing all of us compete and all of us accomplishing our goals and our dreams. And I don't think he knows a world of not accomplishing your goals. He transferred that into his therapy. So if he didn't do the exercise that he wanted to properly, then he'd come home and try it some more.
Throughout therapy, even when he got frustrated, he was just a really, really hard worker. He would do whatever we asked him to do, which is not always the case in pediatrics. It's frustrating, it's hard work, it hurts, and he really never said no, said, I don't want to, this is too hard.
And then he'd go back and be so proud when he was able to sort of win, beat that exercise, and so then he could move on to the next one.
Miracles happen. His recovery is one of those miracles.
I love Phoenix Children's Hospital. I mean, that place was a godsend to us and our family. The staff there, the doctors, the nurses, everybody that took care of us there, they were all fantastic, and we can't thank them enough. He just recently qualified for the Junior Olympic Nationals. He ran 12 seconds better than his fastest time ever to make the finals, and I think he finished 10th overall in the nation, so we're very proud of him.
And literally 4 years ago, he couldn't smile, he couldn't move his right arm, he couldn't wiggle his right toe. Children's Miracle Network is so important for the hospitals. Everything that Children's Miracle Network has done has allowed them to help children like Nathan recover in their own environment.
I think hard work does bring good things. I mean, if you work hard and then if you get the thing that you really want, it's like more special because you know you earned it. No one gave it to you. It's all yours. You did it. There is no way no one will kick me in the last 400 meters. I just won't let it happen because I'll push myself till I drop.
Hi. My name is Bella.
Isabella was born at 28 weeks, so she was almost 3 months premature. She was being resuscitated every day, so her symptoms were something like not being able to breathe on her own. She was transferred to Gainesville at UF Health Shands Hospital. Shands Hospital said she needs new lungs.